woman's strength is not only in what she shows, but also in what she chooses to hide. Understand this, not every truth deserves to be spoken. Not every weakness must be exposed. Because when you give everything away, you give away your power. A wise woman knows that silence is not emptiness. It is protection. It is mystery. It is control. And today I will share with you 5 things a woman must always hide from a man if she wishes to keep her dignity, her respect, and her value. A woman's past is her private temple. Within it are joys, pains, victories, and scars that shaped her into who she is today. But not every man deserves an entry into that temple. Some men may stand at the door with curiosity, pretending they want to understand. Yet once you open it wide, they may use what they find against you. This is why your past wounds should remain hidden. Understand this truth. Not every listener is a healer. Some are hunters. They look for weakness, for softness, for pain that they can manipulate. If you share too soon, if you pour out your entire history to a man you barely know, you risk turning your scars into chains. And once those chains are in his hands, he can pull you in any direction he wishes. A strong woman must remember, wounds are sacred. They are not for display. They are not for entertainment. They are not for men who want to measure your worth against your past mistakes. Your scars are the silent proof that you survived battles many would not have endured. Why should you hand them over like confessions? Why should you explain your every fall when the fact that you rose again is all that matters? Some women believe that oversharing their pain will create intimacy. They think, if I tell him everything, he will understand me better. He will love me deeper. But psychology shows us the opposite. Too much exposure too soon weakens respect. Because when a man sees every vulnerability laid bare before him, he may stop seeing you as powerful. Instead, he may see you as fragile. And once you are fragile in his eyes, attraction begins to fade. Keep this in mind. Men are drawn to strength, not because you have no scars, but because you rise above them. If he is worthy, he will respect your silence. He will not demand the details of your pain. He will not pressure you to bleed in his hands. Instead, he will admire the woman you are today, not the wounds you carry from yesterday. Now, this does not mean you must lock your past away forever. No, there will come a time in a bond that has proven itself safe, where sharing may heal. But the key word here is proven. Trust is not built in days or weeks. It is built in actions, in consistency, in the moments when a man shows that he will not use your words as weapons. Only then can you carefully choose what to reveal. Until then, protect your story. Speak from your present, not from your old scars. Show him who you are now, not the broken pieces you had to gather in the dark. Because if you give him the pieces too soon, he may drop them, shatter them, or worse, use them to cut you again. A woman of wisdom does not fear her scars. She wears them silently, like hidden medals under her skin. She knows they give her depth, resilience, and strength. But she also knows this: they are hers, not his. He must earn the right to hold that part of her history. So the lesson is simple. Never bleed in front of those who did not cut you. Never explain your old battles to a man who has not yet proven he would stand beside you in a new one. Your past wounds are not a story for everyone. They are your private scripture, written in pain but sealed with dignity. Protect it, guard it, hide it, because the right man will not need every detail of your past to love the woman you are today. A woman's emotions are her ocean, deep, mysterious, powerful, and ever-moving. But not every man deserves to swim in those waters. Not every man should be allowed to know the full depth of what you feel. Because emotions are not just feelings, they are also power. And power, when exposed too easily, can be taken advantage of. Understand this. When a woman reveals every thought, every mood, every wound of her heart, she becomes predictable. And predictability is dangerous. Psychology teaches us that what is fully known is often undervalued. What is fully exposed loses its sense of mystery. A man who can read every page of your emotional diary may stop respecting the strength of the woman holding it. This does not mean you must become cold, robotic, or distant. No, it means you must learn the art of emotional control. You can feel deeply, but you do not need to show deeply to everyone. A wise woman understands that mystery is not dishonesty. Mystery is power. It creates respect. It keeps curiosity alive. It reminds a man that there are still parts of you he has not yet discovered. Too many women believe that complete emotional transparency will guarantee love. They think, if I cry before him, if I show him every weakness, he will care for me more. But in truth, the wrong man will see your tears not as sacred, but as leverage. He may use your feelings to control your reactions, to push your buttons, to weaken your spirit. That is why not every emotion should be spoken. Not every tear should be shed in front of him. Think about this. The strongest leaders in history did not reveal every doubt to their people. They carried their storms in silence and revealed only what was necessary, not because they did not feel, but because they understood that revealing too much would create instability. The same principle applies to a woman in love. Show him warmth, joy, kindness, yes, but do not reveal every storm raging within you. A wise woman does not let every wave of her heart crash against another. Now, let us be clear. Hiding your full emotions does not mean suppressing them. Suppression is poison. What you hide from the world, you must still face with yourself. You must process, heal, and release in your private space. Write them down, pray them out, breathe them through. But when you stand before a man, stand balanced, calm, and steady. That steadiness is what earns respect. Consider this. If you show him all your jealousy, all your fears, all your anxieties, you hand him the keys to control you. But if you hold back, if you master your inner ocean, then he must approach you with care. He must treat you like the mystery you are, not a book already read, but a story unfolding slowly, page by page. The truth is, men respect what they cannot fully predict. They are drawn to the unknown, fascinated by the hidden. If you reveal everything too soon, the magic dissolves. If you leave some feelings unspoken, some emotions unrevealed, you keep him searching, learning, growing to deserve your deeper truth. So the lesson is simple: express, but never expose completely. Let him see your light, but not every shadow. Share your heart, but not the entire ocean. Because once a man believes he has figured you out, he will stop trying. But when he knows there is always more to you, he will keep reaching, keep respecting, keep chasing. A woman's emotions are her power, and power, when given away too easily, is no longer power. Hide your full emotions. Guard the depth of your ocean. Because the right man will not need to see every storm to love the calm that you bring. Boundaries are the silent walls that protect a woman's soul, heart, and dignity. They are not just rules you speak. They are the energy you radiate. But here is the truth. Boundaries lose their power when you announce them too soon. When you declare every limit in advance, the wrong man will test them not to respect you, but to break you. That is why your true boundaries must be hidden until they are tested. A wise woman does not sit in the beginning of a relationship and say, "Here are all my lines. Please don't cross them." Because in that moment, you hand him the map of how to disarm you. If you say, "I can't tolerate disrespect," the wrong man may pretend to respect you at first, only to later test how much you are willing to bend. If you say, "I will never forgive betrayal," he may not fear betraying you, but instead may use your words to measure how far he can push before you break. Psychology tells us something powerful. People respect what is enforced, not what is announced. If you must explain your boundaries constantly, they are not real boundaries. They are wishes. Real boundaries are silent. They exist in how you respond when tested, not in how loudly you warn. Think of a queen on her throne. She does not need to shout, "Do not cross this line." Her presence, her silence, her authority speaks for her. Those who try to disrespect her learn quickly that the consequence is not words, but action. That is how you must treat your own boundaries. So when a man tries to push, when he tries to test, do not debate, do not plead, do not over-explain. Stand firm. Withdraw your energy. Remove your presence. Because your actions teach more than your words ever could. If he sees that your boundaries are real, enforced without anger, without chaos, without long explanations, he will learn that you are not a woman to play games with. Too many women make the mistake of declaring every limit too early. Out of fear, they over-explain. They say things like, "If you cheat, I will leave. If you raise your voice, I won't tolerate it. If you don't call me, I'll get upset. But all this does is prepare a manipulator. It hands him the instruction manual of how to test your strength. He now knows what matters to you, and he may twist it for control. Instead, remain silent. Watch how he behaves without guidance. Because the truth is this: the wrong man will test, but the right man will respect without needing a manual. The wrong man will look for your weaknesses, but the right one will fear losing your respect. Silence is the filter. It separates those who only want to take advantage from those who are worthy of staying. And remember, boundaries are not walls to keep love away. They are walls to keep harm out. The right man will not see your silence as a challenge. He will see it as dignity. He will sense your standards not from your words, but from the way you live. He will respect your presence because he knows you will remove it if dishonored. So the lesson is this: never reveal your full boundaries too early. Let them remain hidden until life tests them. And when the test comes, enforce them with calmness, not chaos. No arguments, no warnings, just action. Because in the end, men do not respect what you say you demand. They respect what you refuse to accept. Hide your boundaries until tested. And when tested, let your silence, your strength, and your absence do the speaking for you. Money is not just paper. It is not just numbers in a bank account. For a woman, money is freedom. It is choice. It is independence. And that is why a wise woman never reveals her full financial secrets to a man. Understand this clearly. When a man knows every detail of your financial situation, how much you earn, how much you save, where you invest, and where you keep your reserves, you hand him invisible power. Because money, whether we admit it or not, is one of the strongest levers of control in relationships. If he knows too much, he may feel entitled to it. If he knows too little, he may test you. But if you guard it with wisdom, you protect your independence. Too many women make the mistake of exposing their entire financial lives too early. Out of trust or out of love, they share everything: their accounts, their debts, their savings. And what happens? Some men, instead of protecting that trust, begin to control it. They may guilt you into spending. They may question your decisions. They may even drain your resources while giving little in return. Never forget, financial dependence leads to emotional dependence. If you lose control of your money, you risk losing control of your choices. And once your choices are gone, your dignity follows. This is why you must protect your finances as you protect your soul. Now, does this mean you must always hide, always separate, always isolate? Not necessarily. A partnership may one day involve shared responsibilities, shared investments, shared dreams. But here is the rule: do not reveal everything until he has proven his stability, his maturity, and his trustworthiness. Love may be emotional, but financial wisdom must always be logical. Psychology teaches us that money is one of the top causes of conflict in relationships. Not betrayal, not family issues, but money. Why? Because money represents security, power, and freedom. And if you hand over all your financial secrets too quickly, you risk giving away more than money. You give away your control. Think of your financial independence as your wings. Without it, you cannot fly. You may think love alone will hold you up, but love without independence can quickly turn into captivity. And captivity is not love. It is a cage. A wise woman keeps a private account, a secret reserve, a safety net that no one touches but her. Not because she plans to leave, but because she values her freedom. Because she knows that anything can happen in life. Circumstances change, people change, relationships change. And the woman who has no control over her resources is the woman who has no escape when life demands strength. Some men may test you. They may ask, how much do you have saved? How much do you earn? How much do you keep aside? Do not be deceived by these questions. You are not obligated to reveal. You can smile, you can redirect, you can remain silent. But you do not need to open your vault to anyone who has not proven that they will never abuse its key. The truth is this: a man who truly loves you will respect your financial independence. He will not demand control. He will not pry into what is yours. He will honor the fact that you protect your wings. But the wrong man will always look for ways to clip them. That is why silence is protection. Privacy is power. So the lesson is simple: never reveal all your financial secrets. Keep your independence guarded. Keep your reserves safe. Share only when trust has been proven beyond doubt. Because money is not just wealth. It is your voice. It is your strength. It is your freedom. And a woman who loses her financial independence loses the ability to walk away when respect is gone. Every woman carries fears. Every woman carries insecurities. They may come from childhood, from past betrayals, from society's endless pressure to look, act, or live a certain way. These fears are real. These insecurities are heavy, but they are not meant to be handed over to a man. Understand this. When you reveal your deepest fears too quickly, when you confess your insecurities, without wisdom, you place weapons in the hands of someone who may not know how to protect them, or worse, someone who will use them against you. Psychology shows us that manipulators are experts at identifying weaknesses. They listen closely to your confessions, not to heal them, but to exploit them. If you tell a man, "I'm afraid of being abandoned," the wrong one may test your loyalty by pulling away just to see how you react. If you say, "I don't feel beautiful enough," he may use silence or criticism to control your self-worth. If you whisper, "I can't stand being alone," he knows you will tolerate more than you should, simply out of fear of losing him. This is why your fears must remain hidden until trust has been proven. Because once spoken, they can be twisted. Once revealed, they can be used to hold power over you. A strong woman understands this truth. Your insecurities are your private battles, not his weapons. They belong to you, not to anyone else. Yes, you must face them. Yes, you must heal them. But no man deserves to hold them before he has earned that sacred privilege. Do not misunderstand me. Hiding your insecurities does not mean pretending to be flawless. It does not mean wearing a mask of perfection. It means you reveal your humanity wisely, carefully, and only in the safety of proven love. A worthy man will create a space so safe that even your fears will feel at home, but the unworthy one will turn your honesty into chains. So what should you do with your insecurities? Transform them. Work on them in silence. Strengthen yourself privately. If you feel unworthy, build your worth from within. If you fear abandonment, learn to stand alone until no absence can break you. If you doubt your beauty, remember that beauty is not measured in mirrors. It radiates from dignity, from self-respect, from the way you carry yourself. Because here is the truth. When you conquer your insecurities within, no man can use them against you. When you face your fears alone, no one can threaten you with them. A healed woman is unshakable because her scars are closed, her wounds are sealed, and her power cannot be stolen. But until then, hide them, guard them, keep them locked until a man has shown that he will not exploit them. Do not expose them as bait for sympathy. Sympathy is cheap, respect is priceless. Too often women trade dignity for comfort, revealing too much too soon just to feel understood. But understanding without respect leads to control, not love. Remember, the right man will not need to see your darkest fears to love your light. He will not need your insecurities to know your depth. He will love you because of your strength, not because of your weakness. So the lesson is simple. Never reveal all your fears. Never hand over your insecurities like gifts. Work on them privately. Heal them quietly. And when you are ready, share them only with a man who has proven that he will guard them as carefully as you do. Because a woman's power is not in pretending she has no fears. It is in never letting anyone else use them to break her. Every wise woman carries a vision for her future. She knows what she wants in love, in marriage, in life. She dreams not only of romance, but of stability, not only of affection, but of legacy. Yet here is the truth. You must never reveal your full strategy in love too soon. Because when a man knows every detail of your plan, he may adjust his role, not to truly fulfill it, but to temporarily perform it. Think about this carefully. If you tell a man, "I want marriage in 2 years, I want children by 30. I want a home here. I expect this, I need that." You give him a script. And men who are not serious will happily act out that script for a while. They will say the right things, pretend the right intentions, and mirror your desires until they get what they want. Then the mask drops. Because performance never lasts forever. But when you keep your long-term strategy hidden, when you reveal only parts of your vision slowly, you filter the true from the false. A man who is genuine will show his consistency over time. A man who is pretending will eventually grow tired of playing a role. Silence exposes pretenders faster than words. Psychology tells us that when people are handed expectations too clearly, they often adapt their behavior temporarily. But when expectations remain unspoken, their natural character surfaces. This is why your silence, your patience, and your mystery are more powerful than revealing every dream out loud. Do not misunderstand. This is not about manipulation. This is about wisdom. It is about protecting your heart from those who only want to waste your time. A wise woman does not announce her every step. She observes, she watches. She lets the man show his hand first, because his consistency will tell her more than his promises. Think of it this way. Chess masters never reveal their endgame strategy. They move with purpose, but their opponent never fully sees what's coming. That unpredictability is what protects their victory. Love is not a game, but the principle is the same. Reveal too much and you lose leverage. Keep your strategy quiet and you remain in control. Too many women rush to declare their vision. They meet a man and within weeks they speak of marriage, children, timelines, and plans. But this often backfires. The wrong man may feel pressured. The wrong man may pretend to agree. And both paths lead to disappointment. Instead, let your standards be felt in your actions. Let your values be seen in your choices. Let your strategy unfold naturally, not announced verbally. The right man will step into alignment without needing your blueprint. He will pursue you seriously because he sees your value, not because you demanded a timeline. The wrong man will drift away because he cannot keep up with your silence and your standards. Either way, your strategy remains protected. Remember this. Silence in love is not weakness. It is power. It allows you to move with dignity. It ensures that only the man who is truly committed earns the right to see your deepest vision. A queen does not reveal her crown's secrets to everyone. She waits for the one who proves worthy of her throne. So the lesson is clear. Never reveal your long-term strategy too soon. Hide it. Guard it. Let it remain a quiet force within you. Watch carefully who aligns with it without needing instructions. Because the man who is real will not need your roadmap. He will build the future with you without ever being told where to start. A woman's power is not in how much she gives away, but in how wisely she guards what is sacred. You have learned the 6 things a woman must always hide from a man: her past wounds, her full emotions, her untested boundaries, her financial secrets, her insecurities, and her long-term strategy in love. Each one is not a weakness to be ashamed of, but a treasure to be protected. Because when you reveal too much too soon, you do not gain closeness. You lose control. You do not build respect. You weaken it. And in this world, where masks are easy to wear and words are cheap, your silence, your restraint, and your mystery become your strongest shields. Understand this. A woman is not respected for everything she exposes. She is respected for what she withholds. Men do not admire what they can fully predict. They admire what remains hidden, what they must earn, what they must fight for. And when you guard these 6 truths, you do not become distant. You become dignified. Your past wounds, they made you strong, but they are not for him to use. Your emotions, they are your ocean, but he must earn the right to dive deeper. Your boundaries, they are not speeches, they are actions, enforced when tested. Your finances, they are your freedom, wings that no one should ever clip. Your insecurities, they are battles you must conquer alone, never weapons in his hands. And your long-term strategy? It is your sacred vision, revealed only to the one who proves himself worthy. Remember, not everything must be spoken. Not every silence must be filled. Not every truth must be shared. Your mystery is not a mask. It is your power. Your silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. The right man will never need to strip away your secrets to value you. He will honor your presence, respect your strength, and love you not because you gave him everything, but because you kept what mattered most. So walk with grace. Guard what is sacred. Hide what must be hidden. Because a woman's true strength is not in the words she speaks. It is in the wisdom of what she chooses never to reveal.